Boom, how you doing? So, this whole thing today is about your habits deciding your future and your thoughts shaping your world. I don't know if you've ever been to Disney. I've been to Disney numerous times. I've got to say, wonderful. It really is. It's exceptional. The happiest place on earth by all accounts. And I don't know if you've ever been to Disney, but if you have and you'd have ever stayed around to see the fireworks, they are exceptional. Exceptional, like the most beautiful, just like ethereal thing you've ever seen as a human being. But you imagine if you work at Disney, do you think that the magic of fireworks is still there? After the first week, after the second week, after the third week, what will end up happening is you get diminishing returns on those fireworks. And after working there for 10 years, it's just like, it's the fireworks. Yet the fireworks haven't changed. Nothing's changed. The fireworks are still as spectacular as they once was. You just don't see it. Boys and girls, this is what this whole 10 minutes is about. And this is what I'm going to be doing literally 10 minutes to be able to help you find some peace within your world, but also find some drive, find some goal setting, and find some motivation. Motivation is, once again, it's a bit like those fireworks. You can see them and it sets you alight today, and then the same motivation doesn't work in a week's time or a year's time. You've got to keep changing, you've got to keep adapting, but what you've got to do is you've not got to get addicted to the fireworks. See, where you end up in your world is a direct result of your decisions, and habits. If I go back to my old habits, go back 25 years ago, whatever it is, right? So I can be granddad now talking about the war. If I go back to my old habits, it was always about fireworks as a young man. Fireworks, going out on weekends, fireworks, partying, fireworks, drugs, fireworks, drinking, fireworks, sex, fireworks. And there comes a point when those fireworks are no longer as effective as they once was. And that's when you start feeling lost, because you're thinking, hang about, everything's great. And so many business owners that I see have reached this point in their life. They've got everything, yet they've got nothing. They've got everything, but they've got nothing. And this is what you need to recognize. When I wrote my book, Now What? Is I'd reached that point in my life where really I'd achieved every single goal, every single personal business goal I'd achieved. I'd ticked that box, and I'm like, now what? There's got to be more to this world than just making money and just success. And there is. And it's about enjoying the moment, and it's about enjoying your world, whatever your world is right now. The world has changed. Something that I touched on in the previous video. Your world has changed. All our worlds have changed. And what's ended up happening is that, fireworks that we once saw, they're no longer there, or we're not in a position where they actually work anymore, because right now we don't want fireworks. What we want is we want warmth, or we want to feel comfortable, or want to feel safe. And that comes from mindset. I'll tell you that now, because if one of the things that I touched on yesterday on the video was this whole thing about taking your way out of the news, because the news will really just create all sorts of mayhem for you. They won't put you in a good space. And actually, remember what I just said, that your thoughts shape your world. I'm now day 6 or day 7 of no news, and I've got no idea what's going on outside the world. I don't need to, because actually that would then end up enhancing. It would end up causing me problems in my world. So if you think about it, and I'll give you an example of how your thoughts shape your world. Imagine that you've got a great day, you wake up and you're full of beans, and then all of a sudden you have an argument with your partner about not emptying the dishwasher. So now you're arguing about not emptying the dishwasher. And now your day that was 10 minutes ago really good has now been sullied as a result of this argument that you've had about the dishwasher. That, people, is really what I'm saying about your thoughts shaping your world. It is so important that you allow yourself to recognize, as a motivational speaker, I'm supposed to motivate, I'm supposed to inspire. That's what I do, right? But on occasion, there's times when, I'm demotivated. On occasion, there's times when I'm not full of beans. And on those times and those days when I feel that way, I recognize that. I don't fight it. I recognize that I am not that guy today. You're a human being, and that's the thing you need to understand. And when I said that your habits will create your future, it's true. My old habits back in the day were going out every single weekend, and that meant that it was a fantastic fireworks display during the weekend, but it also meant that my week was then wiped out. And all I did was look forward to the weekend. And sometimes in life, what we end up doing is we end up looking forward to the big thing in life, the big time that you get your holiday, you go on holiday, or the time that you buy your new car, or that you get that big contract. But what we end up doing in our lives is we end up fast forwarding and ignoring lots of small moments for a big moment. And sometimes those big moments never come. And that's when people then end up having regret, or they end up feeling apathy about their lives and their focus, or whether their time has been spent. I, as a human being, as a man, as a father, have had those thoughts as well. That actually maybe, just maybe, I was on the wrong path with something, or I've done something wrong, or I should have focused elsewhere. There's nothing I can do about the past, but what we can do is about the future. And the way that you shape your future is by shaping your thoughts, by remaining positive. And those days that you're not positive, remaining neutral. Not negative, but neutral, and recognizing that this thing will pass. Like every single thing that you've ever encountered or overcome in your life or your world or your business, it'll pass. It always does. So when it comes to your habits deciding your future, have a look at what you're doing right now, those habits that you're doing, and actually look at what life looks like if you continue with those habits. So in my case, back in the day, full honesty here, I was into drugs. And actually, if I continued that habit, I'd have ended up even more in debt. I'd have ended up even more distance from who I was. I'd have ended up even more sad. If right now that you're drinking and putting away half a bottle of rum a night, what does that look like in your future? What does your future look like if you continue as you are? If you're smoking 20 fags a day, what does it look like? Because right now, it makes no difference to you in your world. It's cool. But in the future, what does it look like? And this is what you need to recognize, that your habits are going to decide your future. So have a positive habit. A positive habit to drink water, a positive habit to go and walk the dog, a positive habit to get some fresh air. Do you see what I'm saying? So your habits are going to dictate your future, and your thoughts are going to shape your world. These are equally important, that you will recognize there's going to be times when your thoughts will take you to places that actually are not helpful, or they encourage you with your habits. So somewhere along the way, you've got to get control of it. You get control of your habits, get control of your thoughts, get control of your decisions. One of the things that I realize is that where we end up in our life is a direct result of our decisions. Our decisions, good ones and bad ones. Want more success, whatever success means for you, make better decisions. But the reason we don't make better decisions is generally being under stress. And this last couple of years has been stressful. People under stress don't make great decisions. And that's what everyone's been trying to do, trying to make decisions to get away from the situation. And I urge you to stop making decisions right now, just for a second, and just think about where you are. Just think about where you are, about where you want to be, but also think about the now, right now, about where you are, because where you are right now is in a good place. At this exact moment, you're in a good place. You're in a good place. You're in a good place. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to recognize from that good place, to start making good habits from that good place, and to start having good thoughts from that good place. And then we'll see that you'll change your habits, you'll change your world, you'll change your thinking, you'll change your life. Boys and girls, that's me for today. What I will say is, if you're interested in a Life Maker sheet, which really is I'd say they're almost like a blueprint for how to live well, email hello@bradburton.biz. In fact, I will show you it now. There we go. So this is what we're giving away. Boom. This here will allow you, as like I say, a blueprint to be able to live your life and actually establish whereabouts you are and actually what areas need to be dealt with. So hello@bradburton for hello@bradburton.biz to get that sheet. And remember that your habits will decide your future, and that your thoughts will decide your world, or will shape your world. You're in a good place. You're in a good place. You're in a good place. Allow that good place that you're in right now, at this exact moment, this good place, to decide your habits. To look at those habits that you've got and actually say, are these going to help me towards what I want to achieve and to shape my world, or are they going to create a world that actually I don't necessarily want to be dealing with? I'm going to go and leave it there, but for the next 28 days, I'm going to be doing a video every single day. And I hope you can join me on this, because I'm coming out from the best intentions to really help you make a positive difference to your life in the same way that I made a positive difference to my life, my habits, and of course, my world. Until next time, people, cheers.